What do you think that pi over 6 is going to do? Move it pi over 6 to the right. How do we graph this then? Okay, because it does say sketch the graphs of cos of x and of cos of x minus pi over 6 from 0 to 2 pi. So the way that we're going to graph it, you're right, this is going to be pi over 6 to the right. I'm going to color code this so we can see things better. We're going to draw a regular cos graph. I'm going to draw that in green. What do we know about our regular cos graph? Well, it has a maximum of 1, a minimum of minus 1, a period of 2 pi. So I'll mark a place on my line where I'm going to make 2 pi, and then I'm going to divide that nicely into 4 equal sections. Half is pi, pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Where does a cos graph start? Starts at its maximum, then to the center line, then to the minimum, back to the center line, back to the maximum. And whenever we graph horizontal shifts, we'll always graph our regular one first, because after we've done that, we have to figure out where is pi over 6 on this graph. Okay? Think of your unit circle. Pi over 2 is 90 degrees. Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So if on my number line here, from here to here is 90 degrees, if I divided that into 3 equal sections, does that make sense as about where pi over 6 should be? About of the third of the way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to label pi over 6 at that first one. And then on each of my axes, since I'm moving pi over 6 to the right, I'm just going to draw a line a third of the way, third of the way, third of the way. And I'm going to graph this one in black. So I take this first point that I have and move it that much over. This point, move it that much over. This point, move it that much over. This point, move it that much over. And this point, and move it that much over. And that's all the labeling you would have to do. And now we can draw it as if it's just been shifted. Okay, this part of the graph here, that looks awesome. That looks like I perfectly moved it over. I'm pretty proud of that. This part here, yeah. We'll look at this part. I'm pretty high. That looks nice. Even the arrowheads, oh, it's really good over there. Anyways, so we just need to draw the original one, and then we can shift it over to the right. (3) E and F.